Hello everyone, Peyton Bush again. Welcome back to Teaching Through COVID. Again, just a daily log, a daily vlog essentially of things going on in my middle school science classroom, things going on in my school, other things going on in my district. Just sharing some thoughts, some feelings. Again, just a general takeaway day by day of things going on. Again, what it's like, I guess, trying to navigate and teach through all these times that we're dealing with right now. So again, today is day 13 with kids. Hard to believe we're almost 2 full, I guess, weeks through calendar days with kids. It's moving along. It's going by quick. Today was our second orientation. We have been 100% online for the last 3 weeks of school. So we are transitioning now to being a hybrid model starting on Monday. Yesterday, if you were watching, we did our cohort A orientation, so our half of our hybrid kids were in the building yesterday for about a couple of hours. They got to walk through their schedule, got to finally see some of their teachers, again, see their classrooms for the first time. And then today we had our B cohort, and that again is the other half of students, and again we gave them a chance to walk through their schedule, meet all of their teachers, see their classrooms, get familiar with the building. So that was really nice. It brought a lot of energy to the building, brought a lot of energy, I guess, to myself personally. It really is rejuvenating getting to see them in the building because, I mean, there were a good majority of them that were excited to be back, and, I mean, we're glad to be back. So that's a good feeling. It's nice to see. It's nice to hear. So, again, it just kind of makes, I guess, everything kind of better. And then moving into next week, I mean, nice, even though there's still concerns moving forward. We also had more kids come today than we did yesterday, which was interesting. And just my classes in general, they just get broken up so that my A cohort is still just a little bit bigger than my B, but I still overall probably had more kids show up today than yesterday, and I think a couple other teachers had kind of the same observations, so that was kind of interesting. Just kind of talking with the kids. We didn't talk about any content today. They were only in class for 5 minutes. Again, it was just kind of get to see the building, get to see teachers. But I asked them some questions, kind of see how they were feeling, what they may still be concerned about and confused about. One thing that kept being brought up was lunches. Lunches this year are extremely confusing. It's the first year we have had 3 lunches. We typically just have 2. Whenever I was in middle school, we had 3 lunches, so I've been through the system before. If you're unaware or don't know how it works, you'll have lunch 1, that whenever your lunches start, will go to lunch. They'll eat their lunch for whatever your time is, 25 minutes, and then they'll go to their class for that 40 minutes, and then that's the end of that entire class period. Lunch 2 will go to class, will be in class for roughly 20 minutes, then they'll go to lunch, and then they'll go back to their class and finish the last 20 minutes. Personally, I hope I don't have that lunch, and because I hated that as a student. It's just miserable to be in class, then go to lunch, and then have to come back to the same class. So I feel bad for the people that get stuck with that. Again, I hope I'm not one of them. And then lunch 3, the last one, that then is the final, I guess, if you rule it out, the final thing left. You go to class at the beginning for your 40 minutes, and then you have your 20-minute lunch at the end. However, that is really simple, and it sounds straightforward on paper, but the way that they have spelled it out, I guess, put it on the schedule, does not make any sense at all. I have 2 classes that look like they're being designated as the lunch period, so that doesn't make any sense. It's brought a lot of confusion. The kids have the same thing, so we'll figure it out next week, I guess. We were supposed to be told what lunches we were in today. I haven't quite got that email yet, so I guess we'll find out and see. So that was one takeaway from the kids. I guess they're still really concerned about, and that it's a justifiable concern because even us teachers are still concerned about how it is. So that one will be interesting to see how it plays out on Monday. Another thing that's confusing for kids, and then depending on what you teach, is any normal year we have A and B days, and so they just alternate. So just think of a normal week. You have Monday as A, Tuesday as B, Wednesday as A, and so on and so forth, and it just continues throughout the trimester. But the district has added a layer of confusion to that. We have our typical A and B days, but we also have our A and B cohorts. And again, there's a lot of confusion because the schedule itself is also confusing. The students alternate week by week. I guess I don't even know how to start to try to explain it. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I mean explain it. So next week, I guess we'll start next week. On Monday, we'll have cohort A kids Monday and Tuesday for their classes in building. Then on Wednesday through Friday, we have cohort B. Now, whenever they're at home, we as teachers are still supposed to supply them with no more than 30 minutes of work per day, but that could get tricky as we move on throughout the year. I mean, just thinking about moving through the progressions of things in a unit, it's really hard to maybe have the kids in class for 2 days to cover some things and then expect them to A, have enough to do for the next 3 to 5, and B, making sure it pertains to what you've done, making sure they can understand what you are asking them to do, but then not giving them too much so that they get ahead, and then when you get back in class, you're more than repeat, you're just completely being redundant. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a challenge, honestly, to say the least. And then it's even more confusing because A days they may have PE, but B days they have study hall. A days they may have orchestra, and then B days they may have choir. Well, when you come for 2 days and then come for 3 days, the changing of the AB is, it will be confusing. It already is kind of confusing just trying to verbalize it. So I can only imagine to our 12 and 13, 7th and 8th graders how confusing it is right now. I'm frustrated for them, and I'm frustrated just trying to think about it. Because again, like I said, it's going to be a challenge to come up with work for these kids to do during their asynchronous time. Yeah, we can do things in class, we can have them do things at home, but we're still limited to some capacity in that because of, what the kid may have available to them at home, just resources in general. There's just such a disparity between students. One kid may have something, but the other kid may not. So again, it's going to be different. That's just for me in science, I guess. It may be different for a different subject, but for science, it'll be interesting. But still, though, with all the confusion, with all the questions that still need to be answered, even though a lot of them may never get answered, and that's the reality, though, of everything still. With all of that, it was exciting to be back in the building. It was exciting to see a lot of kids again, especially knowing a lot of the 8th graders and then having 8th graders again. Again, like I said, that rejuvenated me a little bit. It made me feel pretty good about myself. So, because again, I guess I had some kids come and visit me that I don't have, so I kind of brushed over that. But yeah, I'm ready to be back. I'm glad to be back, but I don't know how feasible and how long it's going to last. So we'll see. Again, we'll take it day by day. All we can do is try our best every day, have those intentions, and good things will come out of it. So that's, again, the mindset we gotta move forward with. But other than that, everybody, again, thanks for stopping by. Again, I'm Peyton Bush. This is Teaching Through COVID, or I guess trying to teach through COVID, trying to survive through COVID. Again, take care, be nice to your friends, be nice to your family, wear your mask, drink your water. I'll see you guys next time.